A very good morning to all of you students. Students, we had already see the topic kingdom first, which is kingdom Monera. Okay, in kingdom Monera we had also seen the bacteria. Now today what we are going to study is the kingdom number second, that is Protista. Okay students, when you see the flow chart which I already described to all of you, in that you will found that what are the animal kingdom Protista have their cell structure and like which type of cells they have. See, they have a eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells means a complete cells, and yet they are unicellular in nature. Unicellular means although they have a complete cell, although they have a mature cell, but they are unicellular, means the complete body of organisms completes in a one single cell, means in a one single cell a whole body of a Protista, kingdom Protista animal completes themselves. For example, see in figure 2.4 there are some example which is shown, that are amoeba, euglena, paramecium. They all belongs to kingdom Protista, means they have eukaryotic cells and also they are unicellular. Eukaryotic cells means true cells, advanced cells, and unicellular means the whole body completes in a single cell. Now here you are going to see some common terms related to it. It's that is flagella. Flagella is the locomotory organ, like you had seen in bacteria. For movement in kingdom Protista also we are going to see flagella. See the diagram of euglena, there is a flagella like structure. Cilia in paramecium you are going to see the small cilia like structure, for they helps in locomotion. Pseudopodia are known as false legs students. False legs are the pseudopodia which is found in amoeba. So what they do, see for example this is amoeba cells, they form a small aperture and then they move with that aperture, so that is known as pseudopodia. Okay, so pseudopodia, flagella, cilia, they are found in kingdom Protista. So now another thing, some Protista are plant like with cellulosic wall and chloroplasts are called algae. Algae are also Protista. Okay, they are autotroph. Autotroph means they synthesis their food by their own. Okay, and also there are some Protista those who are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs means they depends on other for their food. Okay, for example in kingdom Protista you are going to see some animals like protozoans, amoeba, paramecium and euglena. Unicellular algae, chlamydomonas are the examples of kingdom Protista. Understood? Like when you see the next page, amoeba, like in Monera we were studying the bacteria, here we are going to study amoeba. See in amoeba what you are able to see is the nucleus, contractile vacuole, cytoplasm, food vacuole. Pseudopodia are the false leg, cell membrane. Okay, so this is the diagram of a amoeba. Amoeba is a example of an animal which belongs to kingdom Protista. Okay, now another thing, what is the function of contractile vacuole? Contractile vacuole is filled with water and one more food vacuole. Okay, digestion of food occurs inside the food vacuole. So basically the food vacuole is responsible for the process of digestion. Understood? In figure 2.6 students, see how a cell of amoeba is taking the food inside its body. See, they don't have mouth. Okay, then how they capture the food, how they take the food. Okay, see in this diagram you are able to see how they are how they are taking the prey inside them. See, the white one is the red one is the food particle and the grey one is the amoeba cell. When it comes into contact of that food particle, they form pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false leg. Okay, and with the help of that they inject, they digest, or they capture the food. Not digest, student, they capture the food. Okay, after some time you see food being digested inside the food vacuole. That food that they had taken from the outside, it is now digested inside the food vacuoles. Digested food being absorbed by the protoplasm, and now once the contractile vacuole digested the food is being absorbed by the protoplasm. Protoplasm means the liquid content present inside the cell. Okay, now how they divide, students? See, means how they increase their number is by the division. Binary fission is the most common process. With the help of that they divide themselves, means they increase their number. For example, in figure 2.7 how the process of binary fission takes place. The cell firstly divides its nucleus, and then the cytoplasm gets divided, and one cells now converted into two cells. Okay, the cells which is now found is known as daughter cells, and the cells from which two cells are found is known as the mother cells. Okay, now if from one cell there are numerous number of cells are found, that fission is known as multiple fission. See, in this diagram of 2.8, here is one cell, inside that a cyst is formed. That cyst is now dividing themselves multiple times, and after some favorable condition, after they got some favorable condition, they are divided into numerous structure, or numerous cell, and after some time they got rupture their cell, and numerous number of cells are found. So when one cell is divided into two, they are known as binary fission. When one cell is divided into various cells or multiple cells, that is known as multiple fission. In binary fission, two cells are formed. In multiple fission, multiple cells are formed. Okay, now the third kingdom is kingdom fungi. Okay, so before telling you this, I wanted to tell you this, students, that firstly fungi was kept with plant, but because of not having chlorophyll in their cell, they were now kept in different kingdom. So the kingdom third belongs to fungi. If we talk about the characteristic feature of fungi, what we will see that they are simple, non-green, multicellular eukaryotes. See, from here multicellular organism we are going to see. Multicellular means the organism in which the number of cells are very much or very large, means the whole body of the organism is not going to complete in a single cell. They need various cells to complete a whole body. Okay, except yeast, because yeast is a unicellular fungi. Okay, students, yeast is a unicellular fungi. Remaining is all the fungi belongs to the multicellular property. They grow on dead and decaying organic matter, and where they grow on dead and decaying matters. They are not going to grow on where they grow on non-living substance. Okay, usually. Okay, now they are non-photosynthetic, means as I told to all of you, just because they are non-photosynthetic, they were kept in a different kingdom. Here are some example of fungi given in the figure 2.9. Mucor, mushroom, rhizopus, aspergillus, penicillium, and in which mushroom is an edible fungus. Understood, students? Means mushroom is that fungus which we are able to eat them. Okay, now structure of fungal hyphae. See on the figure number 2.10. This is the structure of bread fungus. Okay, that is known as bread mold. Okay, here you are going to see the diagram. See, when you see your bread is getting odor, smell, or like it is getting very sticky, it is just because it is now affected with fungus. Okay, now Rhizopus is the fungus which is known as bread mole. How they affect the bread? They affect the bread by spreading spores on them. See, if there is one rhizopus will get matured and forms sporangium. Inside the sporangium there will be spores, and where the spores will be attached on bread, the whole bread will be get affected. Okay, so here the formation or they increase in number by the formation of spores. Okay, some fungi lives in a symbiotic relationship. For example, there are two fungi lives together, and that is known as symbiotic. Okay, symbiotic. Okay, for example, sometimes they combine with algae also. So if one algae and one fungi is there, they are known as symbionts, and the example of it is lichen. So which means, I'm just explaining it once again, lichen is an example of that fungi in which the fungi and algae are compactly live together, and symbiotic relationship is that kind of relationship in which two individuals just benefited themselves, they do not harm themselves. Okay, so yes students, you have to study till there only. Okay, in our next class we will study mold and the plant kingdom. Okay, so please students, this is a very new chapter to all of you. Just watch video 1 to 2 times. If you are not getting any term, just tell it to me, I will explain it again. Okay.